Hi crafters, this is the Crafting Chef bringing you another tutorial on behalf of Sub This and That, home of the monthly Sublimation box. In today's tutorial, I'm working from our October 2025 box titled Home for the Holidays. See the description box down below for all the items included in this box. Today I am sublimating this 20-ounce snow globe tumbler with handle. We have this exact product without a handle from our box somewhere around September or October of 2023. So these are really cute to have your handles. And this also may be referred to as a storyboard tumbler. So it comes in parts like this, and of course you put your straw in your lid. I'm going to put that to the side. And this has to be done in, I'm going to say 3 parts. I think there's also a stopper for your bottom to plug the hole to make the snow globe effect. So let's definitely put that to the side because I will lose it. I'm going to grab my alcohol and my cloth. I'm just going to lightly spray and wipe the tumbler. This is pretty much my pre-press process. It's very light. And I'm going to grab my design. Let me grab a ruler. And I already cut the design out, so I won't have the exact measurement. But to give you a guesstimate, I'm gonna say 7.5 wide by almost 7.5 tall. Now, if you are a Box Club member, a template will be provided for you. The template for the original tumbler was 7 3/4 wide or round by 7.5 in height. This one I'm not doing a full bleed image, so I could have, it's possible just the way that I cut it. So I'm just checking here. The other thing I like to do, hold on just a second. All right, that top is different, so I don't have to worry about it. So see, even this height is too tall, but the design is great for what I need. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this. Trimmed it just a tad bit, and actually in this case I want to go down. If you are doing a full bleed design, you want to be mindful that whatever's at the very top could possibly fall up underneath this lip area, so be mindful of how far up you place your image. So I'm just lining this up. I'm going to grab some tape. Again, mine is not a full bleed design, making it a little easier. See how I got that little space between there. Mine was just short of, what did I say, 7.5? Just short, but 7.5 would definitely be perfect. And I'm also going to put tape going down. I want to keep out the air. And I'm also going to shrink wrap this. So I'm going to shrink wrap over to the side there. All right, have that covered. I'm going to grab some shrink wrap. Actually, before the shrink wrap, piece of copy paper. You can use your copy paper, your blowout paper. I just like to protect my product. And if I'm honest in this case, because that piece of paper covers the entire area, I could have done without the copy paper. The reason why I use this is because when you're using shrink wrap, the shrink wrap tends to stick to anything that isn't covered. And sometimes it is just a hassle trying to get it off. And I've also had a few products where I couldn't get it off. So for me, it's always safe to go ahead and cover all the areas that the shrink wrap is touching. Grabbing my heat glove, getting my heat gun. Voila. I do have some shrink wrap at the bottom, so I'm gonna let this cool and then we'll go to the next step. So for part 2 of the assembly, I am going to use resin to attach the tumbler to the snow globe portion. The very first time I did this video back in October of 2023, I used equal parts epoxy, part A and part B, but that takes a day to cure. So this time around, I'm gonna try it with my UV resin because I don't know that I've used this before. For anything. I brought this for something and I don't even know that I've used it yet. I feel like I did, but I can't even remember what it was for. So I just poured some of the resin in the cup. I don't know how much I need. I literally just was like, hey, let's just pour. So this is the kind of resin I'm using. It's by Let's Resin. It's actually a kit, so it came with the lamp itself and a few other tools. And I'm using this because this cures faster, and for the sake of time, I want to try to go ahead and get the full tutorial done. So with this upside down, I'm just going to pour this and rotate the cup, and then I will place this portion on top. And I want to be specific about which way I place it. Let me see. Because I won't be able to pick it back up. It may not matter. I actually have someone in mind to gift this to. So I'm just going to pour and turn. You could probably also use, and you don't need to completely fill this reservoir up. Sorry, I stopped talking and concentrate. I'm pouring. I hope I poured enough in there. And then I am going to just trying to see where I want my handle to be. Well, that's it. So I'm pressing down. And then I'm going to place my UV lamp. So I'm probably going to do this a little longer because I'm going to be covering a lot of the lights by sitting this on top. I never thought maybe I could just go this way. How about that? maybe. Let's go down at the bottom. Boom. So I'm gonna do this a couple more times, maybe 3 more times, just to make sure that I'm getting all the way around. So I'll be back when this process is finished, and then we'll move to the final step. So for the snow globe portion, what I would normally use is a vegetable glycerin and water combination, but I don't have any vegetable glycerin on hand tonight. I also tried it with baby oil before, a baby oil water mixture, but I wasn't successful with that as much as I was with the vegetable glycerin and the water combination. Vegetable glycerin isn't a typical product you have at home unless you're a baker. The last time I had some, I did pick it up at Michael's and use the coupon because it is a little pricey, and I really didn't need it much in that baking season. So tonight I'm just going to use regular water. Never done it with regular water. Let me get a different one. Let me use my little funnel here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the water in. Oops. Whoa, that was just enough water. I'm going to grab, let me grab a napkin. I'm probably gonna take a little bit of this water out. I'm gonna grab a napkin to wipe off my funnel because I also wanna put a little bit of glitter through there. I'll be right back. Okay, I've tried adding glitter into these snow globe tumblers a few different ways. I poured it in the water in a cup. And I gotta tell you, I don't know that I think one way works better than the other. So I'm just gonna try to get a little glitter in here and try not to go overboard. I think on my last tumbler, I would say I went overboard, but nope, this one is doing the same thing. Look how the glitter just pools. Even when I mix it with the water first and pour it in. And I'm partly thinking it's because I don't know that this would just work great with just glitter. Nope, I'm not even gonna shake it. I'm gonna leave it right there. Definitely recommend the baby oil water combo or the vegetable glycerin. I'm gonna be the fan of the vegetable glycerin because it worked for me before. The other thing is your tumbler comes with this stopper. For me, this stopper doesn't give like the best suction. So to help that out, I have a Gorilla glue dot that I'm going to press into this space as well. And I don't know if it matters if I put the stopper in first and then do it. Just pressing down on that glue dot. And then I'm going to take my stopper and push it on in. My reason for doing this is just to take up some more space for the stopper to actually get down in there and get down in there tight. So there's nothing leaking, nothing dripping. You can see how my glitter is stuck on the bottom there. So I'm thinking to leave it alone. Not sure it's gonna move anyway. I see a few of it up at the top, but back to the drawing board I go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.